The last interview we had with the president of the DK party, our Honorable Mr. Dr. Veeramani, you all welcomed that on throwing much light on the policy of social justice, particularly in this part of the country. All of us know very well, Tamil Nadu has a very long and very prosperous experience with implementation of reservation policy. We are the pioneers in that. Now, what is being agitated in a court of law, particularly Supreme Court law, and also people, particularly youngsters from the forward community and those who are so-called intelligentsia people are discussing this issue without understanding the fundamentals. We have been maintaining always that it is a constitutional duty of any government in India to go for development of socially and educationally backward classes people. Two issues we are going to ask from Mr. Veeramani. One is about the creamy layer concept, which is highly misunderstood in the whole media. Sir, thank you for your time, sir. We want to know your reaction. First of all, sir, we want to have some form of description about the creamy layer concept, sir.
You see, under the Constitution of India, economic reservation, that is reservation based on the income, is not at all
mentioned, sir,
admissible. Because this question, even when the Constituent Assembly debates were going on, while Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister of India, Dr. Ambedkar was the Constituent Assembly, our chief architect of the Constitution, this question was referred. Whether the word socially and educationally, when they are inserted in Article 340 as well as 15.4, why not we also add economic, social backwardness to qualify the backwardness.
Okay. So it is so thoroughly discussed, sir?
So already they had discussed this question.
Good.
Pandit H.N. Kunsru, I am quoting the Constituent Assembly debates. You can refer it in any library.
Okay, sir.
I am quoting it from my memory to quote.
Okay.
Pandit H.N. Kunsru was kept in very high esteem to Nehru family.
Yes, sir.
He was one of the Constituent Assembly members.
Yes.
He wanted to add the word economic and some others. But whereas Nehru and others, they refuted it on the ground that social and educational backwardness could be a permanent feature, whereas the economic yardstick could not be a permanent one, and also it cannot be applied equally to all groups. For instance, fixed income groups, they cannot leave their incomes and they cannot give false certificates of the income. Whereas if you take an agriculturist,
Yes.
whereas if you take a trader, he could give any
Always hide the income.
according to it, because it is very flexible.
Yes.
It is just like, put it very clearly, if you want to have a cloth, a meter of cloth, you will have to measure that meter of cloth through wooden yardstick or steel yardstick. You cannot use the rubber yardstick because the rubber is very elastic. So also income is a rubber elastic one, just like that. Whereas the social and educational backwardness completely qualify the caste. Caste is equal to the social justice is concerned. The societal concern is nothing but caste. So the economic criteria was given up from the beginning. That is why the economic criteria is not adopted. Even when Narasimha Rao gave 10%, that was also taken up subsequently, declared by Supreme Court as null and void of the ultra vires of the Constitution. So they cannot go by this yardstick.
Okay.
What they could not bring through front door, some of the upper caste judges, under the guise of creamy layer, they want to bring it through the back door. See, how could you analyze, how could you measure the creamy layer? Only by adopting the income basis. If you take the Indira Sahani's case, if you go through the entire 9 judges bench, there very clearly they have ruled out there cannot be any economic criteria. They have already ruled out, even in that case.
But they say creamy layer.
But they say, they first time they adopted this one, they introduced very artificially.
Clever manner.
Clever manner. You see, and
So
that too,
this explains that.
let me add one more. That too only for the backward class. There are 3 tiers. One is open competition. Another is backward class. Another is SC, ST. So the 3 compartments are there. You want to introduce only for the central compartment, neither for the upper caste nor for the lower caste. I am not here to suggest that, but only by way of comparison.
That is
how there is a maxim in the law: you cannot blow hot and cold.
Correct.